again. I hope everybody blessed. I'm doing blessed and highly favored and definitely hope the same for you. And if this is your first time stopping by my channel, much love to you and welcome into my returning subs, my growing extended beautiful family. Love and support. We're all going through intense changes at this point, but it is going to raise our frequency and allow us to merge in with our, higher consciousness, which is truly a blessing in so many ways. So with that being said, much love to all. Namaste, love and blessings, love and light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you have been watching my videos for a while and have not already, please like and subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know when I'm about to upload my next video. Also, if you're comfortable enough, please drop me a line or two. I would love the chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me, even if it's about the positive feedback of the content of my video, or you're just up, tell me about your empathic gift, how it impacted your life, and heading you towards a positive direction. Also, if you feel like the videos are very uplifting to you, give you good vibes or good inspiration, or good information that you would love to share with your loved one, family, or friends, or even a fellow empath going through trying times at the moment and just trying to get spiritual guidance or just needing confirmation or validation towards life path or even soul purposes, please go ahead and share. And with that being and with that, please give me a thumbs up, like, and also share on your social media favorites wherever you see fit. Thank you once again for the love and support. It's greatly appreciated. The music that I'm using today is called Let Go of Fear, Worries, and Overthink. Bring positive changes into your life, boost positive energy. I sure enough needed that today. Um, and the video I'm doing today is called Twin Flame 101, Intense Shift Channeling, Emotions, Integration with Collective. Uh, Jesus, y'all, I've been really like going through deep, deep emotions, seeing a lot of visions that were very unpleasant. Just to be able to get a deeper understanding on what's transpiring into the world, all these different changes that are taking effect, just seeing a lot of stuff, and it brought in so many emotions, it's allowing me to, come to terms with the things that I've been dealing with, by layers. It's like a veils being lifted off of the trauma that we carry that was, what is it, suppressed for a while, facing a lot of things that I did not want to project towards a lot, anybody. We're all going through these intense changes. We're all seeing and feeling a lot of heaviness in the world, being depressed or having overwhelmed emotions of, crying, trying to come terms with a lot of things that we faced in life that got us where we are now. I've been channeling a lot of things with a lot of people lately. Being able to help them out, feeling that, that dread that they have because they're going through so many different changes. Change is good, but change is not easy to adapt to it at times. Coming to face that is it can be hard because you never know what is going to transpire, what's going to resurface, that you need to really come to terms with. You're opening up beautiful blessings that's coming towards you in a major way. But the only way that can be able to happen is you being able to see the things from your past or things that you're currently dealing with that may be slowing down the process of the blessings that's coming forth into your life. Being able to understand why certain emotions has to be able to take place to open and, access room for the good to come in so you can let go of the old and the weary. There's a lot of things that wherever your gifts are, they're accelerating at a rapid pace. Trying to get understanding in the surroundings. It's like with me and my my gifts. I appreciate them on so many terms, but there's a lot of things that it's a beautiful thing when you can be able to help somebody out. It's like a lot of people that, I speak to on here and as well as on one, their families come to me at times or, people that are watching over them. It was just like the other day I'm doing, uh, my workout in the middle of the night, because it's like I'm a, night owl. So since I can't sleep, I go ahead and, take my, I usually try to work out in the morning and then do my videos in the afternoon and then go ahead and work out again, just to be able to keep my mind occupied, keep it on, strengthening myself and, just basically tone up a lot of things. But it's just been, oh, it's been heavy, y'all. It's really been heavy. That's why it's just like I can do videos one day and the next day I have to really just go because it was like feeling rage and, just sadness, overwhelming sadness, getting visions of things that wasn't so pleasant to me. But a lot of times things come to me in that way where I can get the understanding of knowing what's, why certain things had to happen, why things had to take place, what is it meaning for the world, for us as a collective, things that, we had to make sense of. Um, and it's just like ever since last weekend with the tragedy of the plane accident, seeing the things that I saw, it was beautiful but yet emotional at the same time. It was like I was telling y'all the other day, it was like after that new moon and all the effects it was taking. I was telling y'all about the video. I was watching Creed. And then I looked up the back meaning of it because I used to listen to that song back when it first came out. I'm very versatile when it comes to music. I guess it's from my dad's side in the family. With them being in the music biz and stuff like that, is very versatile. So, hearing that song, a relationship between a parent and a child, and, seeing all those different things in a video really had me up in my emotions. And then seeing that within, I think it was like a day or two after that, it was, when all of them perished in that plane crash. But being able to see it, it was like they were impacting the world. We know there are so many things going on, and I'm just like, everybody's feeling the same way. Like this is not even, well, it's February 1st now, but let me turn this down because I don't want to be yelling over this music. I just want y'all to feel the positive vibes off of that. With what I'm talking about is not really good, easy to talk about. Seeing what I saw, you know, um, being able to understand a lot of things has taken place. We've been having a lot of ugliness in the world, and a lot of times things have to be orchestrated in the world for certain things to take place in a life to have, just being able for the world to reset in way God wants to see it, where universe wants to see it. First it was, all the things about um, Australian wildfires. I said wildflowers, wildfires. You know, um, Being able to send stuff over there, people helping, donating money. It's just like it's so much hell raising. There's so many people. The war and taking people over there doing the war and stuff like that. And it's just the government and all that crazy stuff. I really don't get into government stuff, but just being able to see the world for what it is. There's always separation. Some people always talk about, oh, I was born this way, uh, to think a certain way about certain individuals, about their background or whatever. I said, no, that's not born that way. You were taught, that, we all supposed to see just, entities, beings, but there's a lot of times we separate ourselves, diversity towards, lifestyles, nationalities, you know, and not realizing we're all connected in a way. And seeing the things that I saw, it really shook me. That's the reason why I didn't do videos yesterday. It's just like going through all the things that I was going through, you know, um, from last weekend and all that stuff. It was just like opening up a whole new wound again because it was like that same devastation and feeling I did when my dad died. It was just all over the place and just still can't come to terms with that, even though I'm healing every day. It's not an easy process. That's anybody, who loses a parent. And then with them being in the public eye, it doesn't help, So just knowing what those children are going through, the wife is going through, but at a different level. I mean, not a different level, but in a different direction, It's just, I still send prayers to all the families that were affected in that. But being able to see that right before the impact, it was like heartbreaking, emotional, um, shock value because I mean it really shook me because I can't, you know, come to terms with that, but even though I know they're at peace. And it's a blessing and a tragedy at the same time because of the things that, all those people have impacted in people's life in a beautiful way. But just being able to know how world can come together during tragedies, and that's not how it should be, but that's how usually how it happens. First we had to deal with the wildfires. People came together praying for people, donating, going out there, helping the animals, helping people, helping people build up their homes, and all that stuff is beautiful. But it shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't have to be in situations like that for us to be able to lend a hand. But it's just how the universe works. When they don't like what is being orchestrated in the world, they will set up certain things to happen in that way. We can never question what the universe has in store. We can never question about why people are taken out of our lives at that time. When they say it's time, it's time. People got those contracts. Impact on somebody's life, touch them in certain kind of ways, inspire them in many ways. And it's just like seeing the things I saw, they were all holding hand in hand. They're all crying and praying. The kids were crying, you know, um, they were holding each other, trying to, they knew, and seeing that was not pretty. And just being able to understand, which I can't, I'm trying to, but being able to see the things that I saw, I can't get it out of my head. I keep seeing it a lot. Them holding each other, they're holding their hands, they're screaming, they're crying. All these different things has to go on in the world, and it's just like everybody has that same, you know, uh, they're just trying to grasp that concept of what has happened. Being able to understand that. And it's just like when you are clairvoyant, clairaudient, whatever, all those clairs, it can really take you there. And there's a lot of times that it's a blessing when I can be able to send messages to people from their loved ones to let them know, hey, these certain things is taking place in your life, but this is what you need to know. And being able to do that is a beautiful blessing to me. But there's also a downside of it too. Is just like when I always open myself up to spirit when I meditate on the things that I need to see, the things that I need to understand, especially if I'm voicing them out in videos for other people to know what is going on throughout their life. We're going through a lot of heaviness, we're going through a lot of shifting, we're going through a lot of, going towards that next level, and being able to see the world as in a spiritual view, on what needs to take place, need to know basis. They let you know when they let you know, um, because this is just the beginning of it. That's all I can know. I know there's going to be some more people that are going to go through that transition probably within a month or two, um, as is what it did last weekend. I felt that like about 3 or 4 days. It was like that, it was like 2 days before that happened, but there was like a 3 or 4 day grace period in between that where I felt this was gonna happen. I'm having that same feeling again. And it's just like, you know, um, when they need us to love each other, they need us to love each other. And it's just like when you allow yourself to see it, even though it's a tragedy, a lot of times, the way the universe works is in through those transitions. I don't like saying death, but through those transitions, because you're just transitioning. You're not really, dying or whatever. Um, but just knowing that the things that are taking place, it needs us for us to be able to bond in that beautiful way. And it's like through that tragedy, you see so many people like consoling people, sending prayers out to people that they know or they do not know, because there's a lot of people that really didn't know, Kobe and his daughter, or even their family is in that, on that deep level, and they were still impacted like the people were that really watched Kobe, that they inspired him, seeing all the things for the last couple of days that Kobe has done, and it was beautiful. and it brought up a lot more emotions, just to be able to see the beautiful things he's been in the world, and it's scary when he's always said, I wanted to die young. He did that like Tupac type thing, saying he was going to die young. It's like he knew it, but he didn't know it. Um, and it was just like, blessings for him and his family and the things that he, has pushed out there for other people, the things that he lived by, being able to do the things he did. He inspired people in many different ways. And he needed y'all to know that. He needed us to know that, and the way it impacts people. And then you can see through that how many people were really, affected by this thing in the most hurtful way. People are still like, even when I see it, I just get teary eyed. And it's like, I really didn't know Kobe like that. But being able to feel everything that's going on in the world, that's the worst thing I hate. But it gives you that understanding. We're all going through that at one time. And there's a lot of people that, that really, really follow, his path, or really just, watched him as he grew into the person he was, and the ethics that he has was very beautiful. And, he was awakened, and he didn't have no problem with showing that. And a lot of people are saying, it's Illuminati or whatever. I don't want to get into stuff like that. I don't open myself up to stuff like that. um, but everything has a reason for happening the way it happens. When universe and God wants us to show each other love, knock that pride off, that ignorance off of our shoulders. Stop liking people because this type of nationality did this. We all have good and bad people. Well, now I don't want to say good and bad people, but we have, people that have a good character and we have people that have bad characters. But that's in every nationality. You should not judge a whole nationality just for a few things that has happened in that nationality. We have all different things. We need to grow as being human, not human, but spiritual beings. um, it's not easy going through what we go through, but things are being unveiled towards us in a very powerful way, very intense. They're helping us, separate to understand, but also come together at the same time, wanting to understand this is why this had to transpire. This is why this happens, but don't question my motives. That's what it seems like when it comes to the universe, because it's like when you're seeing all these people over the world, how they're just hugging each other, consoling each other, sending so many, well wishes towards the families that were, impacted by this, just not even trying to grasp the concept of what those people are even thinking right now, because it's like, my heart breaks for those families, because it's like not just Vanessa, but even though, Vanessa's husband was in the public eye like that, you know, um, I feel for her. I having all those children. I think the youngest one is like 7 months old. I thought she was pregnant, but they said no, she had a baby that was 7 months old. But dealing with those, seeing those people and how they're trying to cope, and they're saying they're scared because they're so used to, that their other half being there or that child being there. It breaks your heart to know these things are happening to these people. And it's just like, in a way, like I said before, I can understand that to a certain extent, because of what my who my dad was and all those things, because it's just like you lose a parent, is that grief is always there, but it comes to a lifetime. When it comes towards a time that you're not over their passing or their transition, but you begin to learn how to, even though they're not there, you're still able to go on. There's always a part of me that, grieves a lot, just trying to come to terms, even though I have that blessing of gift to where I can still talk to them every day, telepathically and spiritually, but it's always different, especially when all the information I had to come in after my dad's passing. So that was a lot to still deal with, and going through these different things where I'm channeling, being able to challenge those hidden emotions or suppressed emotions. I had to really go through them for the last few days, and it's not gonna get any better because just like that retrograde is on its way towards us. But just being able to raise into that, coming closer and closer to the collective, being very much stronger, than you were before. You're always pushing that knowledge, wanting to know more, trying to understand, why do I feel certain ways? Why do I see certain things? How am I able to predict certain things that happen in my life or out in the world? Like I said, this is only beginning when they're trying to reset life in that way. This is only the tip of the iceberg. And it's just like, I was been getting visions, every few days, well, every day, but it got intensified every few days. And it was something that, I wasn't ready to talk about, and it's like, I'm not trying to disrespect anybody that holds, Vanessa and their Kobe and his family close to their heart. That's not nothing I was trying to do, but just being able to understand how Gianna and Kobe has impacted people's life, imprinted on the world in that beautiful way of where they're leaving their mark. Even though it's just like, you don't understand, and it's just like, it doesn't feel real. I get like that with my dad. It doesn't feel real at times, and being able, it's just like, when I always seen dads with their daughters, I used to get emotional because I always wanted that. But the only way I can have that was when I was in my dreams, and then that was in a way, taken from me as well. So that's that part that really kills me, on top of, the things that I seen. He was there to protect her. He was scared to death, but he had to make sure himself was calm, because he, everybody was scared, and just dealing with all that. And, people, you seen them pray and all that. And it was a lot. It was a lot, being able to see that, and the things that I've heard him say, like days before, he passed. It was like he was leaving that there, and it was like orchestrated. I don't think he knew what was that he was doing it, but I know he was doing it. He was wide awake. And, when they say the black mamba, you see it going around the Kundalini seal, like he was that in a very powerful way. But a lot of times tragedies have to happen to bring blessings as well, but it's all about how you choose to perceive them, all about how you choose to focus and view them, in that way. And it was like, I seen it, I felt it, and I just kept asking God, I don't want to see these things anymore. um it's very sad in that way, trying to, I got that lump in my throat, trying not to cry. Um, but being able to know how just a few people can be able to impact the world in that way, and being able to show love towards each other, that's love, but no hesitation, no limitations, just being able to know this person has impacted your life in a way that you can always cherish. And it makes you look at life like it, it only takes a blink of an eye to change your life forever. Not taking anything for granted, because it's like, when people are taken out of our lives, it makes you, it can either make you or break you. And with things that happen like this, it is bringing people closer towards their family, people that they really care about, and then then you can maybe understand, what had to transpire, even though that was a heartbreaking situation, you know, um, that these families are no longer with their wives, their husbands, their children. I don't know if that other man, the coach and stuff like that, had other children. I just pray for all of them, because these are the things they have to come to terms with. They have to go on with life, trying to be strong for their children, or trying to be strong for the families and stuff like that. But when tragedy happens, and it has that, profound strength of allowing people to hold each other near, not taking life for granted because it always can be wiped out. You never know, when your last day is. So that allows you to really appreciate life on a so different level. And maybe that's what had to happen for us to do that, make us look at the world in a different way when it was impacted through that tragedy. Y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and end that right there. I didn't want to talk about that, but when Spirit says you have to talk about it, I do that. I don't ask any questions. It was hard for me to talk about. No way, shape, form, or fashion. I was trying to disrespect anybody, um, or not be sensitive towards other people's feelings. That's not what my intent was. I'm just telling you what I was told to say. Um, but I pray for everybody. um, the peace of mind you're trying desperately to have. We're all going through these changes in life that can really take you there, can really put you in your feelings. Have all kind of mixed up, switched up and crazy emotions. You can be angry one minute, confused the next, very sad and depressed one minute, and happy. All these different things are transpiring in your life to really view life on how you choose to take it. And it's just like you shouldn't waste time. You have to live life like it's your last, even though we could get integrate, reincarnate anytime. But it's just like things like this is really heavy and at times it's hard, but it is just like we're breaking many changes of, abuse in our lives as cycles, you know, um, that need to be recognized. It needs to be healed, and they don't want us taking that for granted. So I hope y'all are having a good weekend. I can't, it's hard to say, oh, have a good weekend after saying all I had to say. But I just had to speak the truth. When I get visions and they tell me what I need to shed light on, I do that. You know, um, it's not always easy to do that because y'all see, I be trying really hard not to cry. I hate crying, but that mess it got to me because of the things that I kept seeing, and just trying to make sense of it is all. But like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, drop a line if you can, so I can go ahead and give you a post notification shout out. If this is your first time stopping by my channel, thank you for the support, and it's welcome, to have you. It's good to have you. Um, know that you are truly blessed, highly favored, and forever loved, and knowing there is always someone praying for your better days. I pray that whatever you're trying to bring towards your reality um, comes 100 times more than what you asked for, and it comes way sooner than you expected it to be. Send out love, light, positivity, as well as prosperity words, vibes, and vibrations. All those things can really take somebody a long way. Give me a thumbs up, hit the notification bell, tell somebody about the channel. Truly be appreciated. And if you need to get in touch with me and you don't feel comfortable with, letting your information be here, you can always find me on Facebook Messenger. If you have to send me a Facebook request, I don't accept those, but I will always love to uh, stay connected with you on Messenger. And whatever we talk about is confidential. So I will see you on my next video. Much love, peace, be wild.